to Asari Dokubo, he is not licensed, but we patronize him to help in curbing oil theft, Benjamin Okaba. Arise News granted the president of the Ijaw National Congress, Professor Benjamin Okaba, an interview today where he spoke about oil theft in the creeks of the Niger Delta. Professor Benjamin Okaba said the fact is that Ijaw people are the ones that are the helm of affairs in curbing oil theft. I can say kudos to Alhaji Asari Mujahid Dokubo because we patronize him to help us in curbing theft. Although him and Tanita, owned by Tampolo, are not trained or licensed, but we patronize them because our normal security architectures are not doing the proper things. Are you not ashamed? No. Are you not ashamed? Because at the end of the day, right, you just have to be careful with your associations. And if you are president of the Ijaw Congress, it's safe to say that the Ijaws don't like the Igbos. And I'm not stretching it. Why? Because you are affiliating with somebody who was publicly and openly, who you know is not licensed, which is even the number one reason why, if you're going to be logical and fair, the reason why you should not even be relating with him or even licensing him or endorsing him in the first place. He's not licensed, he's not trained. So why are you endorsing him? Because when he causes problems, what will you say? At the core, he's not licensed. And the mindset and the thinking of this kind of person who has come out to say that he would openly sell the Eagles. And if not for external intervention, he would continue it like his father did. And that is the person you patronize. And that's the thing. It's not like people really need to understand what they represent and what their reputations are. And that's why I'm like, is this individual not ashamed of himself? If he came and he said, oh, but I'm Benjamin Okaba and I endorse him, great. But you are not just you are representing a Congress, not just any Congress, a Congress that identifies with an ethnicity or a tribe or a people in Nigeria. And so what you inevitably do is associate those who are under that tribe and association by ethnicity to agree with Asari Dokubo's, beliefs, behaviors, and all that. And that is a problem. It's not an excuse for you to say that, oh, the security architectures are not working. Okay, fine, they're not working, great. But if you are in charge of at least making professionals or security personnel that are trained and licensed, then what is it? Because Asari Dokubo, honestly, I think he's a disease and a cancer that needs to be stopped immediately because, damn. Because I don't think he was this extreme until Tinubu came into office, which means that he had always been extreme, but but how things were beforehand did not give for that opportunity. And I think that is scary in itself. Let's look at the comment section. I foresee war coming within the South region if things are not properly handled on time. And honestly, it may sound extreme, but with someone like Asari Dokubo, it's likely, absolutely likely. It was part of it was a Niger Delta militant group, and now, come on. And I think owning arms and weapons, it's crazy because the government, all of a sudden, obviously it's a different administration, but the government all of a sudden seemed not to care. But if it was IPOB, they would definitely care. The police or the security personnel that, Benjamin is saying, are not doing the right thing. All of a sudden, remember their training, remember their purpose as public officers. Come on. This is how Boko Haram started. It's coming. Look where you hide, you won't see. And interesting, he mentioned Boko Haram because this same Asari Dokubo, I think, speaking to the Rivers governor, I think Asari was meant to do something. I'm not sure fully of what the story is, but I know what Asari Dokubo said. He basically said that the Rivers governor should mind his business or else Boko Haram will be like child's play. And that is a threat on him being a terrorist, saying that he can cause mayhem to the extent of Boko Haram and even more. And I'm like, whatever the situation or the story is, no one should be speaking like that. You should not plan to also terrorize your own country and your own people. And to be honest, let us be fair. We are so divided. We don't see ourselves as one. That's why we compete. We think we are different. And we believe our interest should, obviously, you would satisfy your interest first and make it priority. And at the core of it is just division. Because you destroying yourself, because that's what it is. You don't have to bomb your own house, but because you go to another place and vandalize their property does not mean that it's not yours. Because it's how many kilometers or 1,000 miles from where you are does not mean that you are not part of it. Does not mean that it's not yours. It's very interesting. So yes, going back to Benjamin Okaba, patronizing Asari Dokubo, I think he should be ashamed. I think it is absolutely unwise, and he needs to understand the essence of his reputation as a person, but also as the president of a body and a congress. He needs to consider that, because it's honestly, it's very shameful. And that's basically my opinion on this. Put what you think in the comment section below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.